Hi, welcome back to another reading from Hot Flash Divas. I'm Shirley Garrett, the author, and I appreciate you listening today to my fiction novel. We're reading chapter 34 titled Ouch. During the Saturday night swing dance, Fred Tanner told me about the Dancers Club. This ballroom group danced on Thursday nights at a local skate center. Fred assured me there would be a complimentary lesson before the dance. Revved with excitement, I attended the next Thursday night event. Since it was a midweek event, all the divas passed. Once in the door, the very sight of what seemed like miles of hardwood floor was daunting. What am I doing here? I scanned the gaudy carpet and fluorescent skates that lined the walls. Yep, it's a skate center. I was looking for a familiar face when I glanced up and my jaw dropped. I spotted the largest mirror ball I'd ever seen. I knew I was home. The lesson was the waltz. Everyone who didn't know what they were doing, like me, lined up on one end of the floor. The more experienced dancers moved to the far side of the floor. My partner for the lesson introduced himself. "I'm Harry. I should warn you," he said with a rueful grin. "I don't know what I'm doing. It's my first time here." He was built like a pot-bellied stove and sported a goatee. "Mine too. We'll learn together," I said. Every time Harry led me to turn, I collided with his belly. Despite this, I picked up the basics lickety-split and was excited to dance. Once the music started, I was pleased to see the experienced dancers were gracious about asking newcomers to dance. I felt pretty jaunty about the whole thing since I knew a little swing and basic waltz. I was ready to go, right? Pride falls fast and hard. It was a toe-crushing crash course in dance variety. All my male partners were patient and kind. They led, or sometimes dragged or pushed me through the basics of the waltz, foxtrot, mambo, rumba, tango, samba, cha-cha, and of course, swing. Nathan Rum, who I'd met at the swing dance, swept me into his arms for a waltz. "So how was your date for dessert?" "The key lime pie was delicious," I said, smiling. "Ouch! Sorry, we need to get together for dinner or something." He whirled me around, scooted between two couples, and then slowed back to a basic step. I held on for dear life, expecting a collision at any moment. "Sorry about that, traffic jam. Newcomers think a dance floor operates like the interstate, but it doesn't." "What do you mean?" The waltz beat of 1, 2, 3 ran through my head. In dance, the fast lane is the right outside lane, and the slow lane is the inside lane. Nathan held his left hand up, the signal for me to turn, so I did. "I didn't know that. What's the middle?" "Ow!" Turn completed, he scooped me back into his arms and took off. A place for spot dancing or for people who are turtling their way around. That's why it drives most of the experienced dancers crazy. I shrugged. "What do you mean?" "Sometimes older couples get in the fast lane and move like a snail, causing dangerous dance situations." "Oh, I see. About dinner. You have my number, call me and we'll discuss it." The song stopped and Brent Powers walked up. "May I have this next dance?" "Certainly." I remembered him from Saturday's swing dance. With thick dark hair and dancing mischievous eyes, the man had my attention. The two men glared at each other. Nathan's features hardened as I left his arms to dance with Brent. Brent tried to engage me in witty conversation, which led to a number of mishaps. As a psychologist, I've been trained to listen with intensity. All the guys walked forward and steered. I had to intuit what the guy planned to do, walk backward, and do lots of turns. "So, are you from this area?" asked Brent. "Ow! So sorry," he said as he looked down at my foot. "No, I'm from Birmingham." "Me too, the Center Point area. Where did you go to high school?" "Ouch! Oops. Maybe we shouldn't talk. You did much better when we just danced," said Brent, giving me a lopsided grin. I can't dance, talk, and listen to at the same time, at least not yet. There's also the fact that I'm a complete klutz. So there's a corner on a piece of furniture, my thighs will find it. Brent chuckled as he raised his hand to signal me to turn. I understand. When I was learning, I needed to give dancing my full attention or I'd run a lady into a wall. When the dance ended, Nathan strode in my direction, but an older gentleman took my hand and led me to the center of the floor. Due to my inexperience, the best I could manage was to smile and ask, "What type of dance is done to this song?" The white-haired man replied, "Rumba." My various partners seemed to know by magic which dance went with what music. After the rumba, I thanked my partner. In my peripheral vision, I saw Nathan and Brent on a collision course, headed in my direction. I escaped to the ladies' room. While waiting for a stall, I told the woman next to me, "I've tried my level best tonight to keep my feet from being pulverized to bone fragments." She eyed me with disdain. Her dress looked to be of professional quality, and her shoes glittered on her feet. In the dance world, if a man steps on your foot, it's your fault because you didn't move it. If a lady follows the man's lead, her foot won't be there to squash flatter than a fritter. An older woman left the stall and gave the snooty woman a disparaging look. Another common phrase in ballroom dancing is, "Women are always right," because we start with the right foot. She rinsed her hands. "Don't worry, dear. You'll get the hang of it. Buy some closed-toe shoes to wear until you do." Despite my swollen feet, dancing addiction had a strong hold on me. The endorphins flooded my brain, giving me a dancer's high. All those years of my repressed dance urge surfaced and ran amok. While Nathan and Brent were dancing with other partners, I limped out the door to go home and soak my feet. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, any of those things. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and stay well.